have heard it as much, but it's on iTunes under Mackenzie Dale, and I'm super excited because I just created about 8 new songs in Los Angeles within the last year, and I'm hoping that within the next year or so I'll be able to release them, depending on how some business endeavors go. But I'm excited because I get to have one of the songs released, which is the one playing today. So I'm super pumped about that.
I'm excited too.
Yay!
So, got any more projects coming up? Any albums?
Well, the thing is that I'm not releasing an album for the next little bit, but I'm going on a very cool school tour to fight against bullying and to empower kids to be their very beautiful selves. So I'm going to be going on that in May, and it's going to be very exciting. So that's my biggest project that's coming up.
Well, good for you. They need people actually need strong individual women, not just women but men too, to help everybody to stop the bullying. I mean, I used to be bullied also in school, so it just needs to stop being the bullies. You know?
Oh yeah, it's so important, and you know, it's improved so much since all these bullying programs have come through schools. I've seen such an improvement, and I'm super excited to be a part of creating a better future for kids, because I think we've all had moments of bullying, and it makes the school experience so much less fun like it should be. So I'm very excited to meet all these kids and help them in any way I can, through music or just through talking with them. I love doing that too. It's going to be really great.
Yeah, I think everyone likes to talk every now and then. You know.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Sometimes about themselves.
I've had a bunch of kids. Yeah, exactly. I've even had a bunch of kids reach out to me after a few of the schools, and you know, just wanting to talk, just wanting to ask me about a girl that's being mean to them, or a group of them, or something like that. And you know, I don't pretend to be an expert, but I can help them in any way I can, and I really enjoy doing that. It's really worth it for me.
That's good. Good. Now, how many people follow you on Facebook, or are you, or when I say follow you on Facebook? Let's scratch that. How about do youngsters look at you as a role model, maybe?
Yeah, well, I try to be one as much as possible, because you know, girls, especially young girls, can always use a new role model that will help them believe in themselves, and so I really try to come across that way. And my motto is, it's cheesy, but it's dare to dream and dare to be different, because I like being different, and I like when little girls are okay with being different. And so a lot of them do reach out to me over social media, and I like to encourage them to be their own weird selves, and that's the best kind of role model, in my opinion. In my so humble opinion.
That's good. Good for you. And so now you were one of Candice's music artists of the month. Which month was that? Oh,
I wasn't one of the artists of the month, but I'm scheduled to be on the cover of the magazine for the June article. So I'm very excited, along with myself and Paul Woida, because we're going on the school tour together. So we're going to be gracing that cover, and we're super excited about it.
I'm excited for you too. So, since you've been with Candice, what has Starlight Musical helped you with any way in blooming your career in a way, or how's it being on the June cover helping you get the tour kick off?
Well, it's been very exciting, because even the Starlight Music Chronicles and Candice herself released this amazing calendar where you can put up different events going on worldwide, actually. And I found that's a very good avenue to get people to know what's going on in and around the area that we are, music-wise. And so that's helped me a lot. And, you know, just being part of future shows with her is very exciting. And the tour is going to be, hopefully, advertised or talked about, at least, on the June article. And hopefully it'll just get us more schools so that we can continue spreading the message that we want to portray with these kids. And I'm really excited about the word it might get out on this magazine article.
Me too. So on your tour, whereabouts are you going to be going to? Are you going to stay in Canada? Are you coming into the States? So how's that happening?
We're staying with Canada for the first round in May. We're going to be going to places in Alberta, places in British Columbia, like Vancouver, and possibly some other places in Eastern Canada. But we're really hoping to expand to the States, hopefully in the next year within that time frame. And then possibly even global. You never know. It depends on how it works out, hey?
Yeah,
but
for sure. Hey,
endless possibilities. It's very exciting.
Fantastic. Anyone who wants to have talk to Mackenzie, the chat room is wide open. Go ahead and ask her any questions. I'll be happy to read them all off and know who you guys are. And hey, you're from Tacoma or Seattle, Canada, whatever. And I'll be happy to ask the questions, and she probably will love to answer them. So, more about you,
answering questions.
Yes, yes. All right. So, how long have you been performing, or how long have you known that you've been a musician? For all your life, or from age what to now?
Oh, well, I started singing when I was about 5, and my mom asked me if I'd like to join a singing competition, which I really didn't know what that entailed. So, needless to say, I went up there, stood stiff as a board, and cried my eyes out when the applause started. But ever since then, despite that being a slightly traumatic moment of my life, it was also super inspiring. And I just knew at that moment, even at 5, it seems super weird, but I knew from that age that that's what I was meant to do, because I had never had such a good feeling. And so ever since then, it's been nonstop music since the age of 5, and it's just been a whirlwind since then. And it's kind of cool now that I'm coming to an age where, you know, things are getting serious. Things are coming to a point where, like, anything could happen, anything could take off at any point. And it's so cool thinking about how far it's all come from that little tiny competition to now. And so it's been so long, I couldn't imagine doing anything else.
So who is your biggest inspiration?
Ooh, Lady Gaga, hands down. Love her.
Why Lady Gaga?
Well, it's a mixture of things. For one, I do love weird fashion, and so that's the shallow portion that I love from her. But I also just love how, number one, how literally passionate she is about her music. I love how naturally talented she is, because you see a lot of artists nowadays that rely on mostly, you know, getting themselves through with money and all that jazz. So I like seeing an artist that's genuinely and no way to fight it that they're talented. And then I also love just how she's not afraid to do anything that she wants. Like, if she wants to dress a certain way, she'll dress that way. If she wants to sing a certain song or go on a certain topic, she'll absolutely do that with no fear at all. And that's definitely something that inspires me, and something I definitely strive for in everything I do, as well as my career. So I find her very inspirational to me.
Fantastic. Let's see, what else can I be able to ask you? We have like maybe 10 more minutes before we go to your song.
Perfect.
So,
I love to talk.
Now, how is is this your first interview on the radio, or you have more before this?
I've had a few more, not terribly large amounts, but I've had a few before. Some within Edmonton, one in the States as well. And, you know, I like to do these as much as possible, because I find them super fun to just banter and chat with someone. I think that's very cool. So I've done just a little few.
That's fantastic. So, let's see, what else can I wiggle out your little brain there? No, okay, I got it. So, we're winging it here, people. We're winging it here. So, do you write your own songs, or do someone write them for you?
Well, I love to write my own songs, so I like to always be a part of writing my songs. My first album that I released on iTunes was co-written with myself and a man named Nick Hope. And I do love co-writing. There's an art to writing by yourself, but I find co-writing with just one other person to be very cool, because you can bounce around ideas. And when you're in a mind block, you have someone who is also within that same mindset to help you out. And I find the collaboration so interesting. So I worked on most of my album with this Nick Hope, and then these new songs that I've written upcoming here, that I wrote in LA, I wrote with a lady who actually discovered Lady Gaga. Her name is Wendy Starland,
Cool.
And she's been taking me under her wing, and we wrote 8. I love these songs. We wrote 8 amazing songs together, and so one of them, the one that you're playing now, I kind of started it because it came from a very real place in my life at the time, and I love it to pieces. So songwriting, I think, is such a cool personal art. I would never really like to have someone completely write my songs for me because it takes away the personal edge to it. It takes away the connection that you have to the lyrics and the melody and everything like that. And, you know, there will always be a disconnect. It's kind of like singing a cover. And not that that's anything wrong, but me personally, I like to always have a little bit of a connection with my music to make sure it's coming from a genuine place.
Yeah, I think writing your own song is kind of like a personal connection towards it. It makes you feel a lot more, well, that's it, personal when you sing the song.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference. I've had one song written for me, and it was a lovely song. It was an amazing song. I'm super proud of it. But, you know, there's always a slight disconnect that you get from it because it didn't come from your brain. And, you know, I just feel proud once I hear a song that started as a little brainchild come to an actual song. I find that the most proud moments, like my baby. It's great.
There you go. Yeah, sounds good. Okay, so this song I hear coming up is called Flames in the Dark. So explain to me what that's all about.
Well, it's about a couple who has a very passionate relationship with one another. And I wrote it just because I like the idea that a flame stands out so much when it's in the dark. And I found that such a cool metaphor to describe a couple who's so passionate but just starting to explore the relationship. Mm-hmm. And so I wrote it on the basis of that the flame kind of represents their passion and their love for one another, but they're wanting to take it slow, like a quiet flame, and trying to build it slowly so that they have the relationship that they want. So that was kind of where that came from, and it was a very personal song to me at the time, and I still love it very, very much. And you know, I get excited hearing it on the radio. I'm very excited to hear it today.
All right,
goosebumps still hearing it on the radio.
All right, well, further ado, here's Flames in the Dark. Mackenzie Dale, right? Mackenzie Dale?
Yeah, Mackenzie Dale.
Okay, I have a horrible pronunciation with people's names. Everyone has to help me out when I pronounce it wrong. I'm going to have a hard time with Shauna when she comes on the air. I just know I will. All right, ladies and gentlemen, here's Mackenzie Dale, Flames in the Dark.